Okay, if I can have your attention, please, we'll continue with our media availability here at Bristol Motor Speedway. And joining us right now is Dale Earnhardt Jr. He drives the number 88 National Guard Diet Mountain Dew Chevrolet for Hendrick Motorsports. He's off to a fast start. He's fourth in points for the first three races of the season. And Dale, you're in a good position right now. You're coming to Bristol Motor Speedway. Talk about how things have been going so far for the number 88 car.
Yeah, the season started off really good. We had a good run at Daytona and struggled a little bit at Phoenix, but we still got a decent finish out of it and had a pretty good car last week. We just kind of, we stayed out of trouble, and some other guys have had some difficulties, and we've been able to capitalize on that and get a pretty good spot in the point standings, after 3 weeks. So we'll just, it's a good track for me, and have, done pretty well here and been pretty consistent at Bristol. So look forward to continuing that this weekend.
All right, we'll take some questions for Dale. We'll start right over here to the right. Go ahead, Al, and then go to Nate.
Yeah, Dale, Al Pierce from Auto Week. A non-NASCAR question. Do you like what the Redskins did?
Sure, yeah. I'm hoping.
They didn't call you and ask your advice, but you approve?
I approve, man. I'm happy as a Redskins fan. It's going to be difficult to go into next year with no quarterback.
Go ahead, Nate, right here on the front row. We can get Nate right here.
Nate Ryan, USA Today. Dale, when fuel injection came in this season, NASCAR said they're going to start sharing information between rival teams, that they were maybe going to take like the top 5 finishers and give the information after the race. After Vegas, when Tony Stewart was so good at restarts toward the end, Greg Biffle, Jimmy Johnson both said that they would have liked to have seen some of Tony's information. How do you feel about that? Would you? I guess NASCAR hasn't really started doing it yet. Would you like to see them start sharing information between teams, and would that benefit you guys if you were able to see throttle traces and stuff like that on how guys did restarts?
Yeah, I'd rather not have that. It would benefit to be able to see that, but I think it's a slippery slope, and with the fuel injection, it brings in some. It brings in the ability this year to be able to see data that we've never been able to see before, and I think we should ease into how we use that data and how NASCAR allows us to use that data kind of slowly, not to upset the culture of the sport or how things have worked in the past. I think if we take this new this door that's been opened to us and abuse it, it might not be good for the sport. So I think it's better for competition for everybody to have a few secrets.
Let's go here to Jeff and then Claire.
Dale, you were a little frustrated with Mark last week. Have you guys talked, and is that over with? And also, what's your mindset this week? Are you more happy with all those laps you led last week and the way you ran, or disappointed that you didn't come away with a better finish?
I'm always I think I was disappointed that we didn't come away with a better finish. We ran good there last year, so when I got out there and led the first part of the race, I wasn't as surprised as the rest of the world was. I felt like that's how we wanted to run and could run there, and was disappointed that we finished where we did, because we let a lot of cars that we outrun all day long beat us, and that's really, really frustrating. But me and Mark handled our little issue immediately after we got home, and I feel pretty good that we got that sorted out.
Claire, and then over here to Marty. Go ahead, Claire.
Claire B. Lang, Sirius XM NASCAR Radio. I mean, you have 1 win and 7 top 5s here, and you have been so close. Do you feel once you get that win now, and I'm over here on this side, but do you feel like once you get that win, they'll come faster, that some sort of feeling will come over the entire team that is just such a big monkey on your back?
No, because I felt that way in 2008, and we won one and never won again. So I just don't believe in, man, if you open up the floodgates, they're just going to come piling on. But I do know that when you do win a race, your confidence is way up. The team feels really good about itself, and a lot of times consistent, good finishes come after that. Opportunities to win, maybe, and maybe more wins. But it definitely helps your confidence a lot when you get into victory lane, and the team sort of, feeds off that for a few more weeks after that win, and that can be beneficial.
Marty Smith, ESPN.
You're right, Dale. You're right.
Dale, from the outside looking in, not being on the racetrack with you, it looked like you drove harder last weekend to those of us watching the event. Is there any merit to that you, not that you tried any harder, but were you more aggressive as a competitor at Las Vegas than you might typically be? And if so, why?
No, I wasn't. I didn't drive or act or feel like I did things any different than I always do. I did run in the back of Mark, and maybe that makes that race stand out, or makes my, gives you that impression or whatever because of that incident that I had with Mark. But even though me and him talked, and I don't, I agree that he should have let me have the top, but it's his prerogative really to do what he wants, and to run in the back of somebody and put him in the fence for such a, it was a big deal to me at the moment, but overall on the grand scheme of things, it was kind of petty, and put him in the fence for it, and that was kind of foolish of me. But I think that in general, man, I mean, we had a good car and we got out front, and it just, we looked pretty good, for a little while. And then we got frustrated when we got in the back there and got tight in traffic. But I feel like, I ran probably harder at Phoenix and was more aggressive at Phoenix because the car was just not working at all. But you just can't see and realize those kind of things because when you're not up front, nobody's watching you. So, it's you work pretty hard every week. You can't run, you can't take it easy in these things. You'll get your butt whooped pretty bad.
Go to Jeff Gluck, David Newton, Lee Spencer.
Jeff Gluck from SBNation.com. Last week, the drivers' meeting was out where all the fans could see it, and it seems like drivers' meetings are going toward that direction and just getting more and more people, and now maybe more tracks will try to get the fans involved. Are you okay with that, or do you lament the loss of what maybe was back in the day actually a drivers' meeting? What do you think of how they stand now?
Yeah, I don't like it. I like the drivers' meeting to be with the drivers and with the crew chiefs and about the race, and it's become less and less about that, and I think it's got to be cool for a fan to be able to have that kind of access, and I think there's probably a way to give them that kind of access without going to the links that they went to in Vegas. I couldn't see those video screens. I really couldn't pay attention to what was going on, so the meeting to me was didn't serve its purpose. So
Let's go David, Lee, and then Jim Utter. David Newton, raise your hand. Need a mic right here.
Hey, Dr. David Newton. I wanted to ask you, I was talking to Brian Vickers a few minutes ago, and he was talking about just being away from the track and how you don't know if you're going to get another chance and all that. Does that go through drivers' minds a lot, that how fleeting things can be,
Not necessarily like that, but I mean, I know how short life can be, but I can't even imagine what it's like to not be at the racetrack, not be able to come here and work. And I would probably, would have, you can't imagine what that's like until you're in that position like he was. So it's difficult for me to understand where he's coming from. But it'd be, I can imagine it's not a great place.